Many of you are probably patrons of ours, and we appreciate that. We appreciate City Council and the things that we're doing and them supporting what we're doing. The idea of Tom and Chee was to grow a business that we could leave as a legacy for our children or sell and end up on a beach, who knows. But no, the idea was that we were going to create something that everybody could be behind, that everybody could connect with. It's grilled cheese and tomato soup. Everybody here has a memory of grilled cheese and tomato soup. And that's what we did. We connected with everyone's memory. And everybody's bought in, and we love the support that the city has given us. It's been an amazing ride so far.
Just saying, like, I mean, even when we started on the square, it was, I had a big theory of, like, especially when you're starting something, the whole idea of, like, you do what you can, not what you want. Because obviously when we started, it'd been awesome if we could open a restaurant. We didn't have any money for that. It'd have been awesome if we had a food truck. We didn't have any money for that. It'd have been really cool if we could have had a food cart, and we didn't have any money for that either. But like Trey said, I mean, the money that we had enough money to buy a tent, a griddle, and get stuff from the health department and kind of get going, and that's what we did. Like, I just met so many friends along the way who have had ideas and things they want to do, and they get so caught up in just like, I'm going to wait till everything's perfect. I'm going to wait till everything's exactly like I need it to do. And like, if we'd have waited for that, we'd have still been waiting at this point. So we plugged in our little $100 griddle, and we just got to work. And then by the end of that first summer, we had saved up enough money just from the tent to open our first store on Court Street. And it was a lot of hard work. We did everything ourselves, and it was a really, really old building. It was cut in half in 1910. So our electric, our water meters we're on Court Street. Our electric and our water meters were 4 addresses down on Main Street. Took the electric company about 2 months to find that. But we eventually got it all sorted out. We opened that store about 3 months late because no restaurant ever opens on time. But we got it open, and the response was incredible. We immediately had lines out the door. I mean, our front door was only like 4 feet from the counter, but it was really cool. But it was really awesome to have lines out the door. But that got us our start, and we were chugging along there. We were about 3 or 4 months into Court Street, and we got a call from Newport and the Levee. And they were like, come on down and look at a space down here. And we talked about it earlier. I got some amount of background in retail, and I knew what mall rents cost and stuff. So we were like, let's go down, and we'll have like a practice meeting. It's like, there's no way we're ever, like, we can't afford to be here, and we all know that. But we'll just go, and we'll see what they have to say, and we'll, yeah, whatever. And then they pretty much made us an offer we couldn't refuse. They gave us the restaurant as is. Tables, the chairs, the stoves, the grills, the forks, the knives, like everything as is. And it had been a burrito place the year before, so there were still, the chips were still in the chip bin. The rice was still in the rice cooker.
Oh.
Like I said, the restaurant was ready to go. But, and that was a really cool time. And then it was probably about a month after we had that open, we got the call from the Travel Channel, and Adam Richman and Man vs. Food wanted to come down and check us out and see what we were doing. And that was sort of our first big exposure, I guess, to the rest of the world. And they got a chance to see Tom and Chee and what we were doing. And it was an incredible response. It was, True talk about his cooking time with Adam.
No, it was an awesome thing. A lot of you knew he came in for the Izzy's Challenge, right? Their 5-pound corned beef sandwich. I dare any of you to try it. But he came and he spent the whole day with Tom and Chee. What we thought would be just a couple hours ended up being a full Saturday in our Newport on the Levee location, which was a terrible thing for sales, but just a great experience overall. And once that show aired, we were like, what are we going to see from this? And Adam looked at us. He said, you probably see a 60 to 90% increase in business. We said, well, how long is that going to be? He goes, indefinitely. We had a couple at the turn of the year that came from Louisville, Kentucky, Rich and Natalie Tinsley, and they came and they came in at Tom and Chee, and they called us that Monday, and they said, how do we make this a franchise in Louisville? And Corey and I looked at each other, we looked at our wives, and we said, I don't know. We decided, long ago that we were never going to open up 100 stores ourselves. It just wasn't who we are. But we also thought this was a great idea. And when Rich said franchising, we said this could be the way to grow this business. So within a few months, we contacted a franchise group to help us kind of work out our paperwork and how that goes. And in the spring of 2012, we had a franchise open in Louisville, Kentucky. And just a few months later, after our persistent nagging emails, Shark Tank contacted us back and said, yeah, we'll have you guys pitch on the show. And it was a whirlwind after that, talking with producers and how we go about it. And all of a sudden we're in LA, and all of a sudden we're in a green room for 7 hours going, what are we doing? Are we gonna do this? Yes, we are. So after 7 hours of sitting in a green room, highs, lows, you all may have or may not have seen, and if you haven't, go to our website and you can watch Shark Tank after this and be like, wow. But we got our deal, right? We had Barbara and Mark.
At one point, we had 4 of the 5 sharks.
Correct. At one point, we had 4 of the sharks in. But we didn't want 4 of the sharks. We went in there wanting 2 sharks, and we got the 2 sharks that we wanted. Due diligence passes, right? That's a handshake agreement everybody sees on TV. And Mark Cuban was way different in how his philosophy of growth of our business was than our philosophy and growth of the business. And it wasn't going to work. We actually turned down the deal we got on Shark Tank. We said, you know what? This is our business. We're going to grow it. This is how we want to do it. And it's not about $600,000. That's not why we went there. It was to get on TV. After that, we called them both back up and said, so can we make another deal? And Mark said, you still want a franchise? And we said, yeah. And he said, no, I don't want to. But Barbara's people said, you know what, Barbara's still interested. So she put in a little bit of money, just a good faith, saying, hey guys, I'm with you. It opened a great amount of doors for us, put us on TV. And since then, we've had about, 15,000 franchise inquiries. You know, we're filled with discovery days, and we're bringing people to Cincinnati and to experience Tom and Chee, to hear us tell this kind of same story. It's a little more professional. And to really understand what we're all about. And that's the fact that we're going to make fresh, great food every time. We're going to do everything we possibly can in-house. You know, we obviously are not going to make cheese, because we would need a very big building. And we're not going to make bread, because that's another very big building. But we are going to open lots and lots of grilled cheese restaurants. We are going to be conscious of the food we serve. And we are going to move forward doing it right. And that's what we do at Tom and Chee. We just try to do it right. You know, we are here to feed you and to make you feel good and all that good stuff. But the real thing is that great work like these people here, great work like a lot of the other things that are going on in Cincinnati are what really matters. Kids, you know, I've got a 4-year-old. I've got dreams for her, right? And a few of these I almost cried right here, right? Because that's what matters. It's not about how many grilled cheeses we sell. It's about how well we set up the future, right? And that's what this is all about.